Get it! Believe you can create, see it as innate in the dream room. Yeah, we're bringing dreams alive in the place to shine in the dream room. Yeah.
All right, listeners, welcome back to the Dream Room. Today's guest is a true architect of sound, a cultural innovator, and a foundational force behind one of hip-hop's most fearless and genre-bending movements. Ramon Pee Wee Gooden is best known as a key member of the legendary Digital Underground, a collective that didn't just make music, but reshaped the creative possibilities of hip-hop through funk, humor, and unapologetic originality. From crafting grooves that still echo through the culture to being part of a movement guided by the visionary genius of Shock G, Ramon's journey is one of rhythm, resilience, and fearless expression. He also stood at the crossroads of history as a young Tupac Shakur began his rise. Today, we step into Ramon's story, his heart for music, and the legacy he continues to shape. Welcome, Ramon.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So let's just jump right in the deep water. When you think back to your earliest connection with music, what moment made you realize this wasn't just something you loved, but something that was part of your identity?
Ooh-wee. Making up songs with my little sister.
Oh. Do you remember the first song you made up?
Yeah. Me, her, and my cousin Jeremy, we made a song called Pork and Beans.
Okay. That kind of got you ready for Digital Underground, actually. Before the world knew your name, what was your personal journey like trying to find your place in music?
Music is something I always did. My mom's a singer, a piano player. My dad plays guitar. Almost everybody in my family plays something, so we played in church, and I would watch them play, watch my cousins play, and I was too little to play. So I would just watch and try to mimic what they did.
So sorry to break it up. It's going to bother me. Do you mind taking your mask off? Because it's rustling your hair and hearing it out of the mic.
Whoa.
So if you don't mind repeating that question?
Sure.
1 sec.
Good mics.
Right? It's a lot to think about when you're recording.
Mm-hmm.
Before the world knew your name, what was your personal journey like trying to find your place in music?
Well, music is something I've always done. I come from a musical family. My mom plays piano and sings. She can play drums.
Wow.
My dad's a guitar player. All my uncles and aunts, they all sing in church, played in bands around town. So watching them just really made me really want to do it. It's just something I've always done.
That was your aspiration, inspiration. How did you first connect with Shock G, and what was it about that connection that felt like destiny?
Actually, there's a guy named Sleuth. He was one of our managers. He used to work at Leopold's. And me and my partner Otis, we had been working on demos and trying to send tapes out to record companies and reading those books with all those numbers, and none of that stuff worked. So Otis was in Leopold's one day and happened to meet Sleuth. And hip-hop itself was really new. So there's this small section of hip-hop records. And people know if you're over there, you're pretty much into that thing. So he and Otis started talking. Otis ended up giving him one of our demos. He gave it to Shock. So we met Shock G and Smoothie Smooth, and we started listening to the stuff, of course, but we started talking about Parliament records and stuff like that. So
yeah, Parliament.
We kind of met and clicked with funk music, P-Funk, not just any funk, but
right.
P-Funk, yeah.
What did Shock G bring out in you creatively that maybe you didn't even see in yourself at the time? Or maybe it was the other way around.
Shock kind of just, yeah, we did vibe off each other, but I'm one of the guys, he kind of just let me do what I want to do.
Okay.
We would have fun, and it's a language to it, it's a whole sense of humor. We would laugh at stuff like a bass line, somebody playing, boom, ba, 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 ba. It's not boom, ba, 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 ba. It's ma, ma,
Yeah.
We would laugh at stuff like that and really tell jokes like these smart, dark humor jokes and be cracking up with each other. So he helped me. He accepted that, and it came out more.
Made it fun.
Mm-hmm.
Can you describe the chemistry inside Digital Underground when everything was clicking, and what did that feel like in the room?
That was a good time. It was pretty much just this big constant party. And we always came up with, okay, what's the topic? And we start clowning around. And I might have some music made already, or Shock might have something made already. And we just started putting stuff together. And when it was fun, it worked. And then if it wasn't, we just move on to something else. Because during that time, we had like this 24-hour lockout for about 60 days. So we did the Digital Underground stuff, worked on Tupac stuff, Money B Infused had Raw Fusion. Me and Otis had Gold Money. Mod Squad was another group. They were more dance-oriented, but just that 24-hour lockout let us all be there. And I just lived down the street from the studio, too, so it was
what
like being
does that mean,
on
if you don't mind explaining? What does that mean, 24-hour lockout? You stayed in the studio 24/7?
Yeah. Like when I would do my stuff, and then when my time's up, Money B would be working on his. And then when his time's up, Tupac would be working on his. And then when he's done, Shock would be doing the Digital Underground stuff. So it was like we kind of lived there. Mm-hmm. You know, I did go home, but eat, sleep, and it was a constant party, too, because, you know, Smooth and different guys, you know, we be there drinking and smoking and really just having a party.
Yeah.
So, you know, even the videos came out like that, you know, let's just do it.
Digital Underground had such a fearless, playful, and funky identity. How intentional was that, and how much of it just happened naturally?
Ooh, that's one of those things that kind of goes together.
Okay.
We were intentionally having fun and making records out of it. Mm-hmm. And I think what really kept it together is all of those songs, they really do have some kind of social commentary to them. Mm-hmm. So we did have a point, but we didn't want to be like preachers or...
You didn't want to belabor the point.
Right. So we would make fun of stuff. And Smoothie Smooth, he's one of the older members. He had found out about, what was it, MDMA, the old ecstasy the psychiatrists used to use and stuff to get people talking.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he and Shock was joking around, and they made this imaginary pill.
Okay.
That sex package.
Okay.
So you take this pill, you fall out, and you have sex with the girl on the picture. So it's a big joke about how ecstasy works. Okay. And we just made a world out of it. Out of a bunch of jokes.
What were some of the biggest risks you took, or you all took musically, that ended up defining your sound? Or did you look at it as taking a risk?
Not really like taking a risk. We didn't want to sound like nobody. So we always went for basically who could make each other laugh and the stuff come out nice.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just kind of just playing outside the box. But we did want to, on that first couple projects, have it like P-Funk, but hip-hop. You know, so we made sure, like the drum samples and different things, we made sure to actually use those instead of playing the music, because we didn't want it to sound like a band.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So we would do that stuff and then play over it. Mm-hmm. Kind of the same thing we did with the Dangerous Crew. So stepping out and actually playing. You just made me think of something. When we first started going out, we'd be like in the East Coast in New York, and they were like these pure hip-hop guys. So we'd show up with instruments, and they'd be like, man, this ain't church. What you finna do?
Right.
Right. So we did have to stand out and go ahead and do it. And they liked it. Mm-hmm. And one time we were on Showtime at the Apollo, And we convinced, it was Mark Curry, he was the only one new, convinced him to introduce us as a amateur group.
Okay.
So we had all the band and stuff behind the curtain, and me, Shock, and Money B, we put these bags on our heads. Like the, remember the Unknown Comic on the Gong Show?
Yes.
So we get out there, and Jeremy had made this old sorry, whack-sounding beat. So we get out there. We're the unknown rappers. Yeah, we are. And then it's stupid. So the people start booing, boo, 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 boo. The Sandman comes out to take us off, and Fuse brought in, tigga, hurry, let's go. Shimmy, shimmy, coco. And they went from boo to
Yeah. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
On a personal level, what did being part of Digital Underground mean to you at that time in your life?
That was really, literally a dream come true. Because, it was something I always wanted to do. But then here we go. I meet these guys, and it's about 13 of us, so it's kind of like this gang of us. And we weren't like other groups where, okay, man, this is dress code, and we wearing suits and so-and-so. No, everybody came
However they
were.
like? Okay.
Yeah. And that's what made it really work.
How did Shock G start doing the noses and all that?
That was, there was a hat shop down in Berkeley.
Mm-hmm.
And we was out shopping. Shut up. Out shopping, and there was a hat shop and a joke novelty shop. Mm-hmm. So just messing around, putting on wigs and hats and stuff, and put the nose on, cracking up. Money B put it on, and we all just laughing and having fun. But when Shock put it on, it's like, dude, it look real on you. So he just started doing it as a joke, and he did it on the, what was that, Do What You Like video? I think it was a Do What You Like video. He just did it, and it stuck. Mm-hmm. So he just rolled with it and made a character out of it.
Like the Humpty dance, like where did that come from?
That is crazy. My friend Moan actually made that dance. There was the day of that 89 earthquake.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So Money B and his brother and Shock and a few of the other guys, they were in San Francisco recording a video. Moan was here. I forget who he was with. But anyway, when the earthquake came, he ran outside and was going like that. So when they get to the video, it was made up right on the spot from Moan doing
so
the earthquake.
Cool. Right. When you hear those records now, what emotions come up for you? Pride, nostalgia, something else?
Both. And I really appreciate how long that stuff, it lasted, because I still hear stuff now. Mm-hmm. And sometimes I might be out of place and the song comes on and people start dancing and stuff, and I'll be sitting there cracking up like they don't even know it's me sitting right here.
Yeah, and they do dance videos with that music. And man, that was some fun stuff.
I saw some kids react to that song on YouTube, and they liked it, but they was like, man, how are you supposed to dance to that kind of music? I'm like, man, time has changed. They want a cookie cutter thing, and that particular dance, long as you moving, that's
good.
how you do it.
It kind of reminds me of the walk, except I think the arms are focused a little bit differently, just a little bit differently. How do you feel your work helped shape or influence what we now call the independent or digital music movement?
For one, we came out around the time when music was changing from radio, to video. And the whole MTV thing kind of brought the visuals to it. Mm-hmm. So Shock even named, Digital Underground as, okay, man, we do want to be futuristic and in the future and cutting edge, but at the same time, down to earth. So that kind of brings in where people can, oh, man, it's not so formal. Oh, records are this, records are that. Do it your way is how you move forward. So think that's a lot of people saw us do that. But at the same time, being here in the Bay Area, the independent game is how it was going anyway, like with the Too Shorts and a lot of people. That was the vibe here because hip-hop, the companies pretty much thought it was going to be just a
flash in
fad.
the pan. I remember them saying that.
Yeah, and it's not real music, and yes, it is. So
you have to have timing and you have to have intelligence and sometimes wit and to get those words out like that.
Yeah.
So what do you think today's artists misunderstand about that era of music creation?
They think it's easy because, everything's so fast now. Microwave, just put yourself on YouTube. Just make some music on your phone real quick. Do anything and see what goes viral. Where in our time, it took a lot of work. And you had to, just like how we here now, in the studio, somebody had to have the money to rent the place, even if you was making your stuff at home. You got to hit the studio, and it costs. The tapes cost. The engineer cost. So marketing costs. Phone calls cost. Flying here and there costs. So they don't see the work it really took because they can just get on the phone and pop, pop, pop. I got a beat on the phone, and I'm going to say my words in the phone and record myself on the phone, and now I'm on YouTube.
Yeah, and let's not even get into AI.
Ooh, it's killing.
But, like, that group was so big. Like, I imagine, like, all the breaking down or all the stuff you carried. Did you break it down your own stuff? Or did you have, like, roadies to help you with that?
We had roadies, but a lot of stuff, we just only really had to take our clothes, guitars, but stuff like keyboards and the big stuff, we would just order it, from what place we going. Have this.
Oh,
here
okay.
when
So
we
you
get
just
there.
rent like a backline, maybe.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you could go back and tell your younger self something during those early years, what would it be?
Keep doing what you already did in the future that you're looking back now, but be a little bit more selfish.
In what way? How so?
Because we are, music is, music, but anything where a lot of money is involved, people get greedy. And you do stuff for teamwork, and then right at the edge, it don't work out like team. I'll be like, man, I put my team, and you put your team, but then so-and-so want to walk off with it. So when I say be more selfish, just be more conscious and make bigger demands, I would say.
Okay. You witnessed the early journey of Tupac Shakur up close. What stood out to you about him before the world caught on?
Tupac, super smart. The image the world sees of him, they don't see the complete thing. He's a real smart dude. He was kind of like, for me, somewhere in between a Chuck D and an Eazy-E at the same time. And he was consciously trying to do street-oriented music, still with the Black Panther style, but not preachy. So a lot of talk about racism, conditions in the ghetto, and like they say, when we was that age, they would just call us thugs, and it didn't mean criminal. It was just like, look at them hoodlum guys. It pretty much just meant you from the ghetto. So he was trying to, let that be seen out in the forefront so he can gather people in and teach them smart things. Right. But then things started to happen. He started to get in trouble. So, people didn't really get to see the full picture in the turnaround, and it kind of turned into this, oh, he's a criminal. And kids now, when you say something is hood or something is ghetto, they think criminal. So,
do you think that he had to die because he went to death row, or would it have happened anyway because he was just rowdy,
No.
or
He was, in the end, he did get kind of rowdy. But a lot of people say, man, oh, he changed after he did that movie. And it's not really that. You got to think, he was young. He was really kind of trying to, like I say, the Black Panther thing, trying to be socially conscious and help our people, and turn around. It's our people that set him up to go to jail, our people that shot him. So he had to adapt to keep going. So with all this stuff around him and things happening to him, he can't sit there and be like, okay, yeah, well, I'm still this nice little kid, So he had to grow up and adapt really fast. So that's where that, if anybody want to say a change, that's where that change came from.
I hate seeing big talent like that drop. It's like live fast, die young type of thing.
Yeah, that's part of it for a lot of people, though, because it's a lot to deal with. You think about day to day, being in all different places, and people all in your face.
They all want something from you.
Right. Yeah.
A picture, an autograph, time with you, money from you. They want you to perform.
Or you could just be in the bathroom, Hey, man, you taking leave me alone, dude.
No privacy. Oh, my goodness. How did the environment within Digital Underground help shape Tupac's early development as an artist, would you say?
Ooh, he was already, like I said, a real smart dude. He was in the theater, he was in the art, and he always wrote, poetry, stories. So being around all of us, he had more people to bounce off of, between me and him, between him and Money B, between him and Shock, seeing the process of how we did things, the different engineers we worked with. So it was kind of like a school really for all of us, because everybody in the group was a super talent. So to have other people to bounce off of, it's just even more.
That's a beautiful thing. Yeah. What's a moment with Tupac that really stayed with you? Something that revealed his character beyond the public image?
This is going to be a long story.
That's okay.
One night there was a show in San Francisco. APG crew was having a record release party. So we all caravan in the cars going to, and I try to keep it short, going to the party. We stopped at a store. Tupac and Smooth go in the store. Me and the other guy stayed in the car. So we saw Smooth come out the store, go in his car, and get a golf club. Runs back in the store. We hear all this noise and see him and Tupac run back out of the store. So they jump in their car, and San Francisco got all those hills and stuff. So they jump in the car and take off. A cab driver gets behind them and chase them. So boom, they like going up the hills and jumping and all this old junk. So they get to the top of the hill, and bam, they have this wreck. So cab driver pulls, out to them. We pull behind the cab driver trying to see what's wrong. And long story short, we get in the paddy wagon, and the guy had to identify who was in the store. So it was me, it was a bunch of us. So anyway, they pulled Shock out the paddy wagon. Is that him? The guy says, no. A couple other guys, no. Pull me out. I'm not sure. So they put me back. They pulled Tupac out. I'm not sure. So put him back. They pull our bodyguard out. And we all short, dark, bald-head guys. So they put bodyguard back in. They get me out again. And he said, I'm not sure. So the police say, man, look, if you don't identify somebody, we're going to have to let him go. So he said, okay, that's him. I went to jail.
Oh, my God.
Right. So the next morning, Otis and Shock come to get me out. We went straight to the studio. And when I get there, Pac standing in the lobby, he just started laughing. And I'm like, man, what you laughing at? He say, it's better you went to jail than me because when they look at the cameras, it's not you. So, yeah, right.
So then you get off? Is that what he meant?
Right.
Okay.
And then he'd be off too. So the bodyguard started laughing, and Pac was like, well, shoot, man, we got to make something out of what happened last night. And that's how we did I Don't Give a Fuck.
Okay.
And if you listen to that song, he talks about what happened in the store.
All right.
Mm-hmm. And that's the song that got him his deal.
Okay.
So it was not a made-up song.
Yeah, you're just telling the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Another day on the block.
Mm-hmm.
Looking back, how would you describe the impact of Shock G, not just on the group, but on hip-hop as a whole?
Shock, man, he was really out there. He really had an ear for how things go together and super organized. And he can pretty much see things, I would say, like, be able to predict how a thing is going to come out. So sometimes he would just give me a topic and not tell me what to do. And he would have his parts, and then he'd know Money B is going to sound like this, and Pee Wee's going to sound like that. Or Smooth, I want you to do this. Or he was good at putting things together that make this a really clean sound and super innovative. And a lot of his sounds, a lot of his production, other people started to try to kind of mimic it, but couldn't quite get it right because they didn't know the formula to it.
Wow.
So, yeah. And the character thing, you see like T.I. got Tip and Eminem's got Marshall Mathers and people started doing these alter egos.
Yep.
That's Shock.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
for sure. What part of your story do you feel hasn't been told enough? Something that you want people to truly understand about your journey?
I'm actually a part of a lot of things people don't know. While I was doing the Tupac stuff, me and a few friends, that's the Underground Railroad. That's me and Jeremy and Ray Love, a few other guys. And then the Dangerous Crew stuff, that's me, Shorty, being at bank, so all of that Too Short production. Of course, the Digital Underground stuff, but Funky Aztecs, Spice One, Goldie, MC Breed, a lot of stuff is me. Mm-hmm. And people used to read credits. Those people would know.
Right.
Now they don't. So when I go certain places and people know who I am and they don't say Digital Underground, I'll be like, okay, that's somebody who knows.
Somebody who knows, yeah. Mm-hmm. So what are you doing musically today? Like, how much of it is a part of your life?
I still play all the time. And I still write. I still record. And I play with this girl named Amitra. She's a singer.
You heard it here first, folks.
So I just, just stay at it. And like I say, it's really life. I played with one of my cousins. He had a series of strokes and forgot he knew how to play. So he started to reteach himself. So I go jam with him, and we play every second Sunday in a place in Vallejo just to keep chops up. And it's therapeutic. It's what we do. So I think if all the electricity cut off in the whole world, I would still like beat on tables and sing songs and stuff.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
So what still fuels your passion for music?
I think I've just been doing it for so long. It's just part of me.
Like you just can't do nothing. It's like breathing.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And what are you continuing to build as far as legacy right now?
Right now I'm just trying to get out and play live as much as I can. Because in this current climate of music, I don't like the business. I don't like streaming. I don't like free nothing.
Same.
Right?
Yeah, I miss the old days.
Yeah, the
They're
old
not
days
coming
you could
back.
just make a cassette at home. If you okay, man, that's $5.
Although I was reading somewhere that they might be making a comeback.
Maybe, but that's going to be kind of hard because look at people like Sony and the big companies. They actually make the products.
Yeah.
And if you got a new car, where's the CD player? If you got a new computer, where's the CD player?
I know. That makes me mad.
Right.
Because I still have a bunch of CDs.
Yeah. And it was a few years ago. Probably, let me not even lie about the time. Anyway, we were in Switzerland at the Montreux Jazz Festival, and I was talking to Tom Silverman. He's the owner of Tommy Boy Records.
Mm-hmm.
So I hadn't talked to him for a while, and I asked him, you know, what you up to, man? He was like, me and a few guys are trying to see what's the next wave of how music is played, how people listen to music. So he didn't really go into much detail, but they had been working on this new streaming thing or whatever it was going to be for a while. And to me, I just saw that as this big control thing because people had started selling their own records, selling their own CDs. So if you remember, back in the late 80s, when a lot of us were actually making records, like the vinyl records, the industry was actually getting rid of records and bringing in CDs.
Right.
So that's how people were able to buy these record presses because they were getting rid of them. So that was the last of the record. Okay, here come these CDs. Now, you got to find how you're going to burn, if you're going to be independent, how can you mass produce these CDs?
Yeah.
Well, the record companies had it, but at least we had stuff that was capable. Okay, man, I can make 1,000 in this week and see what they do. So them bringing in that streaming took all that away. And people started to, okay, man, you know, I can, at least I can do my own website like how Prince was doing and go direct to a customer. Well, here comes big streaming. Play whatever you want to play on YouTube. Now the telephone is the record store, but you don't buy the music.
Right.
You just play it.
Yeah.
And they make money off the ads. And if you can monetize and get a piece of it, it's kind of not worth coming into a place like this, spending a bunch of money making this perfect product.
When everybody's just going to listen for free.
Yeah.
And it takes the value away from it for the consumer's part. They're just like, why should I pay for it? I can get it for free.
Yep. And I had to make that decision. This was around 94, early 90s. I had saved up and I was going to do my own record label and start putting things together. And then Napster came out. I'm like, what is this? So I remember there was some music software I wanted. And my little cousin, he just seemed to always have all of the new software. So I would ask him for stuff. Okay, here you go. He got tired of me asking him. So he was like, man, if you want the stuff, just here, get on here and do this. I'm like, for real, man? I went and got every piece of software I could think of. I would go like to Guitar Center. I'm like, oh, I got that. Oh, I got that. So I didn't have to buy nothing. And after a while, I got scared because just in this one little computer, I might have had about $90,000 worth of stuff.
Oh, my.
So I quit doing it, but it made me realize, hey, man, if you put your records out, that's what's going to happen to you. So I just aborted the ship. I'm not doing that. I'm not giving it for free.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like you said, you got to make your own space for people to come. You got to build it, and so that people who dig you will come to you and support what you're doing.
And the way I see it too now, after being in it for a while, I really start to understand what the actual show is. You know, it's more to it than just the music. It's hot dogs and sodas and napkins and parking, a bunch of stuff. You know, the music is the draw, but the actual business part of it is to make an event. And that's how you get paid. So even now, without selling music, if we can get together and sell a peanut festival.
Yeah.
Get with the people growing the peanuts and the T-shirts and the Coca-Colas. Because if you look at a basketball game, NBA, that's what's happening. They watching that game, but They bought them seats.
Yeah.
They buying hot dogs. That's why Budweiser wants to put their banner up and all that. So I learned
It's a whole
that.
commercial enterprise, many prongs.
Yeah.
What advice would you give people trying to get into the music business these days?
Do it because you like it. Don't do it for the money. Of course, we need money, but if you're getting into it just for money, that's when you can never be yourself, because you always be chasing what's the new fad, and you always sound like a copy of what somebody already did. Because if you look at the climate of music now, all the dancers dance the same, all the girls are twerking, all the guys are killers, everybody got dreads, everybody. How you gonna stand out like that? So do it because you like it. Find yourself and be yourself. Have fun.
Do what you like.
Exactly. Yep.
Is there anything you want to say before we wrap up? Do you have still things that you dream of for yourself music-wise?
Not really. I'm pretty content.
Okay.
I just, like I say, I would like to just get out and play more. I'm teaching my grandkids. My oldest granddaughter, she's on guitar. The youngest, she's on the keyboard and bass. My grandson, I'm waiting on him. He'll be 3 in May. So I got him a little guitar, but he doesn't hold it like this. He put it on the floor.
Like a cello.
Yeah. I think it's from seeing Disney and Goofy playing that upright bass. But those are some very creative kids. They sit up and make stories and just make up stuff. And I'll be like, how did you just sit there and tell a whole made-up story?
Well, I want to mention that someone's writing a book about Digital Underground that's going to be released in August.
Yeah, that's she was one of our photographers, Lexi Wolf.
So
that's her name.
Maybe I could have you back after that and we could talk about some things that were written in the book.
Yeah, I want to see what's in there because she did interview everybody, and she was somebody that spent a lot of time with us anyway. So it wasn't, oh man, just somebody come up, I'm going to write a book. No, she knows us.
Okay. Well, it was great having you, and so glad and honored to speak with you.
Yeah, well, I'm glad to be here. And I got one request.
Oh, what's that?
Sing a song.
You want me to sing a song?
Yeah.
What do you want me to sing?
I don't know. Pick something.
A cover or?
Whatever. Let the people hear.
I got a cold today, too, and a sore throat. Okay, put me on the spot. I'll just do Loving You.
That's cool.
Loving you is easy 'cause you're beautiful. Making love with you is all I wanna do. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Doom doom be doo.
There we go. See, y'all heard that?
I was scared. My throat is all messed up. Well, it was great having you. Thank you for being here.
Yep, it's always fun seeing you.
Okay. Bye.
Peace, y'all.
Peace out.
Yeah.